In this video, we will discuss the top 25 RPCS3 games that are enjoyable and worth your time. To those who don't know, RPCS3 is a free and open-source video game console emulator for the Sony PlayStation 3. Without any further ado, we will talk about the 25 games that you can play on this platform. Batman, Arkham City. If you're a comic fan, you will love playing Batman, Arkham City. It is the sequel to the 2009 video game Batman, Arkham Asylum, and the second installment in the Batman, Arkham series. The job is to save Gotham City, and Batman has to uncover the secret behind a sinister scheme orchestrated by the facility's warden, Dr. Hugo Strange. The Last of Us. Are you a fan of action-adventure games? The Last of Us is meant for you. It's a third-person perspective game, and your job is to defend against hostile humans and cannibalistic creatures infected by a mutated fungus. You will use firearms, improvised weapons, and stealth to defend against hostile humans. Grand Theft Auto 5. We are going to talk about the most popular game in the world until its next version arrives. GTA 5 is one of the finest action-adventure games. With each mission, you'll be fully immersed in the gaming experience. The graphics are top-notch, and they will look even better on RPCS3. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. If you've been waiting for a first-shooter video to show up on this list, the wait ends with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. The game takes place in a modern and realistic setting. You will be joining a multinational Special Operations Unit, Task Force 141, and Mexican Special Forces Unit Los Vaqueros to track down terrorist leader Hassan Ziani, who is in possession of American-made ballistic missiles. Mass Effect 2. It's a trilogy of action role-playing video games developed by BioWare. The game takes place in the Milky Way galaxy in the 22nd century. Your job is to save humanity, which is threatened by an insectoid alien race known as the Collectors. You will play the role of Commander Shepard. Metal Gear Solid 4. Guns of the Patriots. It's an action-adventure stealth video game centered around Solid Snake, also known as Old Snake. He's set to take part in his last mission to get rid of his arch-rival, Liquid Snake, who embodies his former henchman Revolver Ocelot under the guise of Liquid Ocelot. The overhead third-person view camera of earlier games has been replaced by a streamlined view and over-the-shoulder camera for aiming a weapon. Braid. Let's take a look at a different genre in this video now. Braid is an indie puzzle platform video game that came out in 2008. The basic story is centered around Braid unfolding as the protagonist, Tim, attempts to rescue a princess from a monster. Here, you will see various aspects of the platform genre and time manipulation. Super Street Fighter 4. It's a 5D fighter game and the last game in the Super Street Fighter series. The backgrounds are 3D white characters that can be played on a 2D plane. Focus. Attacks and separate meters for both super and ultra combos return in this game and are the biggest talking points. The goal is to exhaust the opponent's health meter before time runs out. Rock Band 2. We have focused on different genres throughout this video, and Rock Band 2 is quite unique thanks to its rhythm game nature. You can play up to 4 players and simulate the performance of popular songs by using controllers modeled after musical instruments. You may use the lead guitar, bass guitar, and drums parts to songs with instrument controllers and sing through a USB microphone. Assassin's Creed 2. You don't want to miss this world as an avid fan of action games. It's an action-adventure where you will be set in a fictional history of real-world events and follows the millennia-old struggle between the assassins. The assassins are in a warlike situation to preserve peace and free will. The game is set in the 21st century and follows the character of Desmond Miles. God of War Collection. God of War Collection is the first game in Sony's Classics HD list. The graphics are top-notch, with high-definition 720p anti-aliased graphics at 60 frames per second and trophies. It's a game that has received high critical praise, which is why it deserves a name on the list of the top 25 RPCS3 games. NBA 2K12. Most NBA fans still consider NBA 2K12 to be the best game of the series, for all the right reasons too, as it perfectly emulates the experience of the National Basketball Association. There are various game modes that can be played with real and customizable players and teams. My Career is by far the most creative, where you can lead your own journey into the world of the NBA. FIFA Soccer 2. In this video, we will discuss the most popular genres and top games, from basketball to football. From standard exhibitions to the ultimate team card game, everything about FIFA 12 is superb. With a full menu and commentary available in various languages worldwide, the gaming experience is extremely comfortable. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. The world of Assassin's Creed is such that we must feature another game from the series in this video. You play Desmond Miles, who uses a machine known as the Animus to relive the memories of his assassin ancestor, Ezio Auditore da Firenze. The goal is to find a way to avert the 2012 apocalypse. The main plot point revolves around the Italian wars of the early 16th century. MLB 09, The Show. If you're into baseball games, this one will be the most comprehensive game in this series. The franchise and career modes have been replaced by Road to the Show 3.0. Several features have been added to the career mode, making it more challenging and exciting. Limbo. Moving back to a puzzle platform game, it's a 2D side-scroller with a physics system. This system governs the environmental objects and the player's character. The player guides an unnamed boy through dangerous environments and traps as he searches for his sister. Uncharted 2. Among Thieves. This game is set 2 days after the events of Drake's Fortune, which came out in 2007. It's a single-player story that follows Nathan Drake, Chloe Fraser, and Elena Fraser. The goal is to find Sintamani Stone and Shambhala. On your way, you will encounter a militia led by war criminal Zoran Lazarevic. The developers were inspired by the explorer Marco Polo and his expeditions through archipelagos and Eastern Asia while making this game. Little Big Planet. It's a puzzle game where developers have focused on user-generated content. The tagline of the game is Play, Create, Share. You can play the game alone or with other players locally. You also have the online gaming mode to boost your competitive spirits. With the help of in-game creation tools, you can create new content. BioShock Infinite. Another first-person shooter game to feature in this video, BioShock Infinite, is set in the early 20th century. You will be playing the character of Booker DeWitt, and your mission is to retrieve Elizabeth from the world of the airborne city of Columbia. You will continuously have to fight enemies and scavenge supplies, and you will be assisted by a computer-controlled Elizabeth. The Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion. It's an action role-playing game developed by Bethesda. It takes place in the fictional province of Cyrodiil. Your character's main job is to get rid of a fanatical cult known as the Mythic Dawn, which plans to open portal gates to a demonic realm known as Oblivion. Like its predecessors, it's an open-world tradition with many exciting moments. Mass Effect 3. We are down to the last 5 in this video, and we are back with another highly popular role-playing video game, Mass Effect 3 was released in March 2012 for Microsoft Windows, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3. It's a game from the future, set in the Milky Way galaxy of 2186. It revolves around increasing military strength by completing missions and gathering resources. God of War 3. How about a twist between an action-adventure and hack and slash? God of War 3 is loosely based on Greek mythology and is based on ancient Greece. You will be playing a character named Kratos, and your job is to battle monsters, gods, and titans in a search for Pandora, without whom you cannot open Pandora's box. The combat is combo-based and features the player's primary weapon, that is, the Bladder of Exile. Journey. It's an indie adventure game in which you control a robed figure in a vast desert, traveling towards a mountain in the distance. Multiple players are involved in the game, and you can use their assistance to reach the mountain. However, the names will only appear in the credits post-game. If you want to communicate with another player, you can do so through a musical chime. The game is widely praised for its visual and audio art. Pegle, a casual puzzle game. Pegle is inspired by Pachinko and Bagatelle. You must shoot a limited amount of balls in each level to pass to another level. You can activate the special powers of the cartoon Pegle Cartoons to get the needed advantage in the tasks. Within the game's main adventure mode, Pegle is divided into 55 levels. Killzone II. Last name to feature on this video, but it's undoubtedly not the least. Killzone 2 is a one-of-a-kind first-person shooter game, and the most acclaimed game in the Killzone series. The plot takes place in the 24th century, and is based on the war of two human factions, the Vectans and the Helghast. You can use plenty of games from a first-person view. So there you have it, the top 25 enjoyable and addictive RPCS3 games. Which one is your favorite from the list? Let us know in the comments below. Do not forget to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. We will see you in the next video soon.